Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 20 of The Good, The Dan, The Florida Man.
We made it to 20, guys.
Live from
20.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't realize that. We made it to 20. That's awesome.
The three of us made it to 20 episodes. All three of us, every single episode. Your hosts, as always.
I'm the good. I'm Ryan, and we've got with us the lovely.
The Dan. I'm Daniel, and we also have this guy.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm the Florida Man. And that's about as good as you're gonna get, guys.
That's up there.
That's
top
this week
three.
on this week on The Good, The Dan, The Florida Man. We are interviewing another content creator friend of ours. You may have heard of her. Her name is Oddity Draws on TikTok. She's got over 12.6 million followers on the Clock app. If you haven't seen her stuff, we highly recommend it. She does character design and she's wildly talented. So we'll be welcoming her onto the podcast in a bit to interview her. With that being said, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, we are three stand-up comedians that got shut down as the world did when COVID hit. But we are getting back on the road. So, Ryan, do you have any shows coming up where people can see you?
Yeah, I've got some shows. I got August 20th. I'm going to be performing at Lehigh University. So if you go to college, you can see me. Then I'm also going to be doing a Southeast tour, but we are currently waiting because I've got some other things in the works right now, and so we're seeing when that's going to be. But right now it looks a lot like September 14th through 16th. So keep you posted. Yeah, figuring that stuff out. Dan, what about you? You got things?
Yeah, I got things. This will air on the exact day that I've got a thing. I'm filming the non-fungible Jokin' special with a few people. Yes, Pete Holmes, our favorite, Beth Stelling.
Yes.
Zainab
Friend of the
Johnson, Moses
podcast.
Storm, and Shantae Wayans. So, if you're in LA on the 31st and you're listening to this on that day, come and see me. Other than that, I will nothing that isn't going to have already happened at that point. So, Ben, what shows you got?
Well, I got a few coming up. August 13th, they'll be in Tallahassee, Florida. That show's sold out. But the 19th, they'll be in Gainesville, Florida at Vecino's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. Those tickets are on my website. August 21st, they'll be in Boca Raton, Florida at the Boca Black Box. August 22nd, I'll be in Wesley Chapel, Florida at Side Splitters at the Grove. And then the podcast has a show coming up on August 28th in Morris, Minnesota at the University of Minnesota Morris. That show is free and open to the public, so if you're in the area, come on out. If you're not in the area, be in the area. Why are you not in the area?
Get in that area. Yeah.
Just get in the area, please.
All up in that area.
Please get in the area.
Why did it sound so wrong?
Get in the area, have general area.
Yes,
we want to give you general area.
I mean, that sounds like malaria, but worse.
I know.
It's in
Doesn't it?
malaria.
Ugh.
I caught general area. Oh my goodness.
So we actually recorded the last episode like 2 days ago, so I don't want to ask if anything's happened, but has anything happened to you guys in the past 2 days?
I've for some reason been sleeping like 14 hours a day for the last 2 days, and I have no idea why.
I feel like that's pretty good for you. Those are good numbers for you.
No, because it's too much, and I still wake up tired, and I don't know what's happening. And here's the thing: I've been tested for like everything, and they're like, I don't know, man. So like the general consensus right now is like, you might have exhaustion, and I was like, what? I'm not in war. I'm not like, I haven't been running marathons. And they're like, no, you're just real dumb with the way you live your life. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got told that I'm being flown to LA, so I'm coming to see you both.
I can't wait. Wait.
We'll finally meet in person for the first time.
I know. And you're going to look at me and go, wow, you are small.
I don't know if that'll be the reaction.
No, you will.
You can keep that in your head.
I'll keep it in my head.
Yeah.
I'll keep that one in my head.
Because it's like you factually know that I'm 5'5", but I think that I don't give off 5'5" energy
Not
ever.
even a little bit.
So like your brain hasn't fully processed that.
Ryan, what is it like to hug Ben?
5'5".
I don't know. He's still in my head. He's not 5'5", and I've met him in person. I don't know what's wrong with it, but there's something about the energy that he's like, I don't know. Like he's in the fives for sure because my brain can't register as like 6'3", but like it's just weird, man. He's 5'9" to me, and I don't know what's going on there. Like,
well, we love it.
The personality is powerful in this one.
Yes.
That do be true.
But that's exciting. All I'm doing, I've just been packing. I am literally leaving tomorrow morning. Like I wake up tomorrow morning and I get in a car and I drive and I never come back until I do.
Crazy.
But like I'm not living here anymore,
Crazy.
so I'm excited about that.
New
right
phase
after
of
the
your
podcast, I pretty much have
life.
to. I know.
The next
be good.
phase
Oh
starts.
man.
How does that feel? What was the hardest thing to pack?
Oh, I haven't even. You can still
Emotions.
see there's hats and stuff back here. So the only thing I've actually packed. Yeah. Okay. The only thing that I've packed so far is my costume closet. I put all of my state outfits in one box.
Oh, wow.
It was like 100 shirts.
What are you going to do with all the caps
All in
and
one
shoes
box.
behind you?
So I have 2 more big old boxes, so I have to pack up all my personal clothes, and then I'll probably have enough room in those boxes to put all these hats and shoes and stuff. But
Okay.
I have one more of those big boxes going to be for more of my personal clothes and these things, and then I have another big box that'll probably just be for all the leftover tiny little odds and ends and stuff.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a few hours to pack up, but
wild.
that's it. That's all that's happened this week for me. So let's hop right in here, and we'll just bring right in. We're just gonna add Audrey right up in here.
Yay!
Welcome, Audrey. Thank you so much for joining the podcast here.
I'm so excited. This is so cool.
We love having guests. We only do it once a month just to keep it special every time, though.
I feel honored.
We love to do story time on this podcast.
Oh, I know.
Audrey has great stories.
I
Does. I've heard a lot of the good ones. They bring me
I
such
never
joy in
shut
my
up.
heart.
That's why everyone knows my stories already.
We all here is because none of us shut up though, so that's like a win. So we both like. I know you worked in customer service. I
Yes.
obviously worked in customer service, and most of those times are wonderful and magical. But occasionally,
yeah.
once in a blue moon, they're a total waking nightmare. So, do you have any weird or funny or awkward stories from working in that sweet customer service life?
Way too many to. I have my favorite though. Is the story of the metrosexual or the not metrosexual man. And I only call him that because you'll understand the story.
That's
so
a
this dude
wonderful
walks in.
story
Yeah,
title.
Yeah, right.
This is a thing and also not a thing. Answer.
Metrosexual man.
Keep shrinking your skin of metrosexuality.
He's a mystery. But there was this man who came in. So I used to work at Pier One, for those that don't know. Pier One doesn't exist anymore, but I used to work at Pier One. And we'd get interesting people in there because people would come in and think like they'd think it's like this big fancy store, and so they'd kind of feel really like important coming in there.
It's like walking to a Bass Pro shop in the South. You're like, haha, this is my day.
Yep, exactly.
Basically just a store for Karens, right?
Exactly what it is. Yeah.
So we're
But
talking
this
like
man-
wooden plates that say like live, laugh, love on it.
Oh my God! Everything. Everything. Said it. My favorite was the furniture in the back that was entirely made out of mirrors, and I was like, "Wow, you have to be real into yourself."
That sounds great.
Just never before seen.
I was about to say that sounds.
Where can I get a Pier One imports?
I was about to say that sounds
to go
awful,
back,
but
in
Dan was
time a
like,
few
"That's
years."
great."
Yeah. I heard mirror furniture, and my gay side was just like release it. So yeah.
Hang a disco ball
and
over
also
it.
had like crystal knobs and everything on it too. So like,
Ooh,
yeah. But anyways, this man walked in and like he was bald and he wore like this button-up blue shirt. And I remember when he walked in, I was like, "Wow, this guy looks like Mr. Clean." And he walked up to me. As if to confirm my theory, he walks up to me and is like, "I need your help. My guest bedroom smells bad, and I need it to smell better. I'm a very clean person." I had to restrain myself from saying
Even use the term clean.
That's the thing. He
I
kept
like
going
to
on about
imagine he like comes up to you and says, "I am a very clean person." Then just balloons fall from the sky, lights and sirens
it.
go
You
won.
won.
You
I like
said
that
the
advice.
magic word.
Exactly. But he was like, my room smells bad and I need to have it smell better because when I have ladies over, they need to feel comfortable, People think I'm
Okay.
metrosexual, but I'm not metrosexual. And he kept saying that over and over again.
I'm confused. This man must have been bullied his entire life for being metrosexual. Like he just,
like, I don't know.
yeah, he
I'm
won
just like,
best
okay.
dressed. He won the best dressed superlative in high school, and like all of his friends were like, "We're never gonna let you live this down,
he's
Mr.
like,
Clean."
I don't know who's teasing someone for being metrosexual. Like, oh my gosh, you have fashion sense. Ew.
Right?
I'm sorry,
he kept
Dan.
saying it was because he was so clean. He's like, people think I'm metrosexual because I'm so clean. I'm like, okay. But he kept saying, he's like, I'm not metrosexual.
Dan,
I'm like, that's
you're
great.
from Utah and you don't know anybody that would make fun of someone for dressing nice? I don't.
Also, it's just
I
just wanted to make sure it's just a combination of metropolitan and heterosexual. How is that an insult? Like, how is that?
Ryan,
Okay, so that's my other question. Should it not be? Should the reference not be metrosexual? Right, like be like a little bit more.
That would
extra,
that
like very
sounds
bougie
like
with
you're
the
talking about
word.
like transport.
Yeah.
Metrosexual.
They're really into trains. They're
metrosexual is just
Trains,
like
trains.
it's just a
I love
straight
that.
guy with like gay tendencies, like gay outward sort of like you dress nice and you're like
Yes,
the
yeah.
positive side of the stereotypes associated with being gay, where you know how to dress and you take care of it. Ryan, you would be a
I don't know any
metrosexual
negative-
man
negative
if you lived in an area.
Metrosexual through most of my life.
Yeah,
And honestly,
okay.
I still fit it even with the trains thing. Because as a kid, I loved trains. So I've been metrosexual the whole time. Like, I'm just like, oh, I got trains and fashion, double win. Like,
The only thing that you'd have going against you is you have no idea how to dress. You're not even wearing pants right now.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I think that means he doesn't know how to dress.
Supported. I'm comfy. I do have a blanket though. It brings me
Okay, I was a little worried for a second. I think you were lifting up your shirt, and
Yeah, I said the
your
thing.
skin's just.
His skin is flannel. It's
Flannel.
buffalo.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys think I'm wearing a shirt in those videos. I'm not. I'm just. It's just
I got this
exist.
tattooed on me.
Yeah.
But the metrosexual, yeah. So then I
Yes.
lead him over to the candle section because I'm like, okay, well, a lot of the times, like our guest bedrooms and other things like that can smell kind of bad because it's just stale air. It's people not being in there.
Sure.
They can just smell kind of stale. So I'm like, all right, well, let's get you some candles. And I'm like, I'm trying to do the thing you're supposed to do in retail where you drop them somewhere and you leave them there and you move on to go help the next person. But this man will not let me leave.
Talk about Mr.
He will not
Kling.
release me. He
Yeah.
keeps making me. He's like, you need to give me. He was like, you need to give me your opinion as a woman. He's like, don't give me your opinion as a real. You need to give me your opinion as a woman. How these candles smell. And I'm just like,
I'm sorry, is that technically toxic masculinity? Because he really wants to know what your opinion is, but he is aggressive about it?
right?
That's scary.
It's just grody. I don't like it.
My boss noticed. She like sees me and this guy, and like the fact that he won't let me leave. And so she comes up and she's like, Audrey, I think it's time for your break. And she's trying, and he grabs my arm and goes, no, she'll take her break in a minute, honey. And I'm just like,
Okay,
Did he say honey? That's another point for the Metro column.
Your average metrosexual.
but I was like, okay, I guess I'll take my break in a minute. But he keeps making me smell these candles. And my favorite moment, you know, there's moments in your life when you look back and you're like, I should have said this. That would have been perfect.
Mhm.
This is the moment where I actually said like the perfect thing. And I feel like I've used up my quota. This will never happen again. And so he shoves this one candle under my nose and goes,
Okay.
how about this candle? Does this candle smell gay to you? And I was like, I looked this man right in the eyes and went, well, my dad owns that candle and he's gay. So I can't say that. Drink his face, and he got this look of, oh no, I've said something horribly.
It took him too long to figure that out. Absolutely too long to figure that out.
But he was
You had
just
to
like,
wait for you to deliver the line after. Like, that's a bit weird.
but he just goes, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm like, no. And he goes, "Yeah, I think I could do the rest of this on my own. I'm like,
You're like,
okay,
I think
do that.
he's like, I think you need a break. I think you need
Yeah.
to go take your break now.
Yeah.
You need to leave.
Audrey's walking away going, okay, but there is something wrong with being metrosexual, and then just like walk away.
God's gonna punish you for being this.
But yeah,
You just need to
We've
own
never
it,
heard
honey.
Mr. Clean metrosexual man. That was, you know.
Oh man,
That
that's
makes it
great.
sound like secret agent man, metrosexual man. Like,
Oh, well, thank you so much
Oh.
for sharing that wonderful, wonderful, awful story.
oh,
Karen. So I do have a really good Karen story that's a short one if you want to hear it.
Yes. Let's hear what the Karen
Um,
story is.
So we had this one woman come in who was in there a lot, and she was very entitled. And she came in with this rug that she had bought that had like her dog had peed on or something, and she wanted to return it. Now I'm like, no, but my boss is like, sure.
Absolutely.
So my boss is letting her do it, and then I'm like sitting there, and she's like harassing my boss the whole time. She's just being like a horrible person. And then she goes to
yeah,
leave.
you have to understand this woman came into a Pier One
With-
Imports
yeah,
with a
with her
carpet that a
dog
dog
peed
had
on.
peed on and is expecting to just have an effortless return. Of course
Yep.
she's gonna boss everyone around.
She's gonna be a horrible person.
God.
Nice
I just don't
people
know how someone looks at that situation and is like, this is okay. This is
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right.
Exactly. But then when she leaves, I go up to my boss. I'm trying to make her feel better. So I go up to my boss and I go, so did you see it? And she's like, what? And I'm like, the stick in her ass. Kind of gives me this like small laugh or whatever. Little did I know, Karen had a friend that was still there right next to my boss.
Oh,
We got some calls later, some complaints, but it was so worth
Yeah,
But
you just gotta get on the
Pier
phone
One
call.
closed and you won the day. You know what I mean?
You gotta be on that phone call like, I'm sorry, yeah, I would love to help. Do you actually have the name of anyone that said this? And they're like, no, because I didn't care enough about them to get their name. It was just me.
They'll just
Oh, I'm
change
so
it.
sorry to hear that. But if you know, I do know a really good doctor if you do need help getting that stick removed.
Click. Oh, no, we love making fun of the right people. Bullying is wrong sometimes.
Oh, that brings me so much joy.
Thank you for those stories, Audrey. We love,
Happy
yes,
to
that we
oblige.
love story time. But
We do.
we also do love learning about our interviewees,
Yeah.
our people.
Word.
I'm a
And
character
so,
designer.
yeah, I was gonna ask. So, for the people that are watching on YouTube or listening on the just everywhere else, how would you describe your content? I guess.
A character designer who's really loud and has a very awkward husband. That's
And we
pretty
love
much.
all of it.
Yes.
I have every part of that in my heart.
Oh, we love
yeah,
that.
I went to school for character design. I have a degree in illustration animation. My dream was to work for Pixar. I started TikTok as a way to practice character design, and then it turned into
Sure.
this. And I'm like, oh wow, so this is what I'm doing now, and I really love it. And it's just
The amount
awesome.
of people that we get to talk to that's like, yeah, I just downloaded TikTok and now I'm famous. Like, yeah, that's wonderful. That's all three of us.
Have you had any like weird animation jobs? Is that like a thing?
Okay, I didn't really do a lot in okay, my first job was actually technically working for Smosh. They don't know me though, so like
You're like, that's who I am
Really
now.
funny.
a boss of mine, or not a boss,
How-
a teacher of mine was hired to like do. They were working. They have a show called like Oishi High School Battle or something like that. I didn't watch
Uh-huh.
it. It's a very
Why would
odd
you?
show.
It's called Oishi High School Battle or something.
But like it was like a half animated, half live action show, and my teacher got hired to work on the new season called Oishi Demon Battle, and he was hiring
That sounds
people
better.
from our school. Yeah, hiring people from our school to work on it. So I got the job of like the primary character designer on there, and so I created like 30 characters for them, and the show never actually happened because the studio that was working on it fell under before it was finished. However, if you go to YouTube and you look up Oishi Demon Hunter and you look up like character animation, there's like, some animations of the characters I created just somewhere on YouTube.
All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you have that. It's sort
Yeah.
of, kind of, you have that out there. And you did
Yeah.
mention that you have a very awkward husband. And if any of us, if anybody has seen your content, we know Rich is,
We love Rich.
he's heavily
He brings me so
featured
much
in your
joy.
content.
Very much so.
He's just adorable and awkward. And I just found out you guys were high school sweethearts.
We started dating in our senior year. We've been together for 10 years now, which is usually kind of surprising to people since we're still sort of young.
Right.
But he was super. The first time I met him, or the second time I met him, because he was in clubs with us, but like I really never spoke to him.
Sure.
But then I met him at a football game, and I was talking to one of his friends, and he walks up to me and goes, "I know your name, but you don't know mine." And I was like,
yeah, no, that's how you.
That was the only thing he said to me that entire night.
Absolutely, that's absolutely how you pick up women. You tell them that you've been watching them and they don't know, and then you just walk away and let them sit in that.
It's low-key a good way though to get someone to really think about you if you're honest.
They're gonna be thinking about you, but they're gonna be
thinking about you, and you haven't been thinking about me. Bye. They're like, who was that? Why did they say that? Why did they come up to me? All of a sudden, you are completely obsessed with the person. So, I don't know.
This is just the plant the seed method.
It wasn't until homecoming. We met up at homecoming dance that at the end of the night, I was like, I am in love with this man. I love him.
Wait, what was the moment? What was the moment that
I actually went with a friend of mine and we were dancing and I saw Rich off to the side and I was like, there's that guy. He's in the clubs with us. I'm like, the guy who knows me, but I don't know him.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's all alone. Let's go ask him to dance with us. And so I drag him onto the dance floor with us. And yeah, by the end of the night, he almost asked me to prom. He was like, yeah, I was about ready to ask you to prom.
Wow, that's a big step.
For high schoolers, for sure. But yeah, we were inseparable. We still are. If I go a day without him, I get sad.
Well, that's a very sweet thing to say about him. Now, just in sort of I don't know, a fun contrast. Do you have any embarrassing stories about when you met?
Embarrassing stories other than I know you don't know me. Runs away.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it seems like the whole relationship has been one big embarrassing story that we've just loved watching.
Something you don't even know about Rich is really good at big event gestures of love. He's not he's good at buying gifts in general too, but his thing is setting up events. So for example, I always told him I wanted to go to a masquerade ball, and he bought me this gorgeous $500 ball gown for Christmas when we were just dating. We weren't even married. We're engaged, and took me to the Symphony in San Francisco for a masquerade ball. We were so overdressed, but he does stuff like that. That being said, I hope you guys know what senior skip day is.
Is he single, by the way?
Yeah.
Can I get me one of those? Well, he's so sweet. There's there's so many stories of things he's done for me. But
so senior skip day.
Senior skip day, yeah.
I am familiar.
So for those that don't know, it's the thing where when you're a senior and it's the day after.
After your final tests.
After your finals, something like that. And that day, your seniors are allowed to skip school, even though they're not. So on senior skip day, we decided to go to this place. If y'all don't know, it's the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in the warm California sun. Boardwalk. He took me there, and it's this little kind of theme park, but very small on the beach, and it wasn't very warm, so there weren't that many people there, but there was a good couple hundred. Anyways, we didn't prepare well enough. We didn't bring bathing suits. I was fine though, because I had these little shorts on that I could go in the water. And he, however, was wearing jeans. So he was like, okay. So he was like, I'll just go in my underwear. He was wearing boxer briefs or whatever. And so that was fine. Nobody bothered us on the beach part of it. However, to get back to the car, you have to walk through the theme park. And he couldn't put his pants back on because he was all wet, and he couldn't get his jeans back on well enough with the wet underwear. So he proceeded to, with me, walk through this theme park in just sopping wet underwear with the straightest face I've ever seen. Of I'm people start pointing and laughing, and then he starts quick, and he's like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." That's not even the end of it. So like then on the way there, we purposely tried to avoid toll booths because he didn't really want his parents to know that he had done senior skip day. They wouldn't have cared, but like he still didn't want them to know.
Sure, so he had to avoid the toll notifications.
Yeah, exactly. So on the way
I
back,
also know that the toll
didn't.
booths, they take a picture of you from the front every time you
and
pass
they would
by.
have sent it to his parents because it was technically their car that they had bought for him.
And it would just been a picture of their son pantsless wearing just soaked underwear with
exactly. But he on the way back we didn't remember to avoid the tolls. So we and we're not prepared. You need money.
Oh no! My God.
We stopped and there's so much traffic behind us. There's like 20 cars lined up behind us waiting to go. And Rich is not able to find any money in the front seat. So he has to get out of his car. He's sopping underwear. The trunk. He's doing it for like 10 minutes before this old man behind us finally comes up and goes like, "Here, dude," and gives him.
oh my God.
He was like, "You look like you need this."
I was about to say,
"You need to get back in your car, you poor man. You're out here in your underwear."
Imagine seeing that as the people in the cars behind you. Just like, hey, come on, what's come on, man. Let's. Is he getting out of his car? Is he not wearing pants?
Exactly.
Are his underwear wet? What is happening here? Does this child need help? Oh no!
Exactly.
And some old man was brave enough to be like, "I've been training my whole life for this." Like, just like
Mr.
I know how to
Miyagi
deal with
steps
awkward-
out of the old beat-up pickup truck behind him. He's like, "Don't worry, son. I can help.
I know. Awkward,
Take
my
the
boy.
quarters from my hand."
But like
Gosh,
the
that's-
worst thing is 5 minutes later, we found a 20 in the door.
That's so unfortunate.
It would have been better if
Yeah.
he found it like in his pants pocket, like
I know.
after he got home.
Pants that he couldn't wear. Exactly. But yeah, that was probably one of the funniest stories for Rich. I don't know. He's just such a goober every day. Like he
Absolutely.
says weird things. He has like weird words that he makes up. Like he calls every time our cats run in the middle of the night, he goes, "They're training for the Kitty Olympics," and I'm like, okay. Like he does stuff like that. He's just such a goober.
If the real Olympics get canceled, we're gonna need something.
We need the Kitty Olympics. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just think since you've embarrassed Rich, it's only fair that you now embarrass yourself on the podcast.
Here's the thing: there's never just one part of the relationship that embarrasses. You know what I mean? Like you had to be comfortable with all the level of embarrassment that Rich brought, which means you had to have your own. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. There's one that he brings up all the time for me that I hate. I still
Do tell. I do want to say, just like disclaimer for everyone listening and watching right now, I asked her if this was okay to bring up. I'm not just blindsiding a woman on our podcast with an embarrassing story that she's not comfortable telling. This was
cancelled.
Ben, we don't
Look,
can't believe
if
you
I
did
was
that.
gonna get canceled, it would have happened a long time ago. It's fine.
Oh no.
Now, just continue with the embarrassing story.
Have any of you ever accidentally opened a car door or tried to open a car that wasn't yours?
Recently at a Texas
Yes.
Roadhouse, I jumped in a car with a stranger.
Oh, you actually
Jumped
got
in.
in.
I got in and I looked aside and went, "Ah!" And then and the person went, "Ah!" And then,
went, "Oh."
"Oh, you're my dad!" And they go, "No, I'm not."
I think out of everyone that could have possibly gotten in my car, you getting in my car, I would be the least likely to respond
You'd think he was
aggressively.
somebody trying to be like, "I'm here to tell you about the word of God," and you're like,
Yeah.
This is the most aggressive proselytation ever. Proselytizing?
"You accepted
Proselytation.
Jesus into your life."
Yeah.
This is the most aggressive evangelical I've ever met.
I don't doubt that we would have done something. We went and hunted people down in the grocery stores, so that's as far as that goes down.
Oh my
You
gosh,
buying
that's like the
bananas.
most dangerous
I'm not
game.
even joking. They had like classes on how to bring up a conversation about God in the grocery store. Like,
I just realized, Dan, you'd be the most effective and aggressive Amway employee ever if you just get
the most effective and aggressive Amway employees are the Mormons.
What is the most effective way to bring up Jesus in the grocery store, Dan?
I can't even
the soup
remember.
aisle?
I tried to make it normal because I was like, I'm not going to go and ask people. So you have to like
Guys, it's the
slowly
water
approach
aisle.
them. You have to slowly approach them and be like,
In the
"Oh my
bread
gosh,
aisle.
They
Do
told
you
us.
know? Do you know what else is the bread that you need?
It's either fish or water, as long as
The bread
it's
you're
the
holding,
wine
it is
aisle.
also
You know?
the body of Christ.
This
did you
bread
know?
is Jesus.
You don't want to get the whole wheat.
The thing is just like. Sorry.
We prefer our bread without holes.
Oh no. But yeah, they just used to tell us to like slowly approach someone and be like, oh my gosh, I love this product. Oh my gosh, don't you love this product? Ah, love this product.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you a Mormon or do you work for the grocery store?
Yeah.
Oh my
We were
God,
also
have you
doing
heard
promo
about
on
Campbell's?
all Knorr Foods products? We were like, this soup is great, isn't it? Bouillon? Oh, crazy. Like, yeah, we did a lot of like weird stuff. Trust me, guys.
Oh, that's so
But
funny.
we hear about Audrey, and we need to know.
I was trying to distract.
I don't want to relive my trauma in front of Audrey. She's too good. Okay.
Darling, have you met me?
Okay,
no,
Edna
so
mode.
the car thing, the first time I did it was the worst time because I've done it a total of 3 times.
Things you can say while opening someone else's car door and during
Yeah,
sex.
here's the lesson. So the first time I was in high school, and I wanted to go home sick one day because I wasn't feeling good. So I was waiting for my mom in the parking lot, and during this time, my mom had just recently gotten in a car accident. So her car was getting in the shop getting fixed. She was driving like a silver car. That was all I knew. So a silver car pulls up, and I'm sick, so I'm not paying attention. So without looking, I walk up and I'm trying to open the door, and it's locked. And so I keep trying, and I'm not looking up because I'm like, Mom, the door, the window.
Just very slightly rolls.
Slightly rolls down.
You're one of those people that they record and they're like, this woman just keeps trying to get into my car right now. And you're like,
I was a kid. So
This child keeps calling me mom. I don't know.
Gosh.
So like this woman rolls her window. She's like, is something wrong? Can I help you? And the normal person thing to do would have been like, oh, sorry. I thought this was my mom's car. But no, the stupid child in me was like, that would be too embarrassing. So instead I'm going to go, oh, hi. I just wanted to let you know that school's not out yet. I don't know if you knew because you were here. I thought somebody should tell you. She's like, oh, I know, I'm here to pick up my daughter. I'm like, great.
I'm not
Cool. I'm gonna go sit back down. Just want to let you know.
oh, the things we do to look cool. Oh my gosh.
I feel like you played that off pretty well.
No. The look this woman was giving me was like, especially because I wasn't feeling good. So like I looked like garbage. I just looked at this garbage child.
So you just have this sickly child come up with this like, I don't know if you know this yet, but
Today, the sickly child tried to get into my car and then proceeded to tell me that school wasn't out yet.
Yeah, that
And
woman is now.
that's why she wanted to open my door.
I always wonder if her daughter, because as her daughter came and got into the car, and I saw them like pointing at me, and I'm just like, like I always wondered if her daughter like saw me around school and was like, "That's that weird girl."
I just imagine like
Open my
the
mom's
woman,
door.
they were driving home and she was like talking to her daughter. She's like, does your school have like a live action raccoon mascot? Is that like a thing?
A trash panda walking around your campus. But that was only the
Just
first
let it-
time. The second time
There's
was
more.
when I was telling Rich about this. I was in the midst of telling him about this. And we walked up to we're walking to his car, and like I'm talking to him, so I'm not looking. And I go to open the door, and Rich is actually going, Audrey, no, Audrey, no, Audrey, no. And then as I open, he goes, "Oh," and like walks away from me because he's so
He
embarrassed.
averts his eyes and walks away from
He
you.
freaking abandoned me. And there's a
I'm not
woman
with
in there,
her.
and I go, "Oh!" And this time I had the wherewithal to be like, "I'm so sorry. I thought this was my car. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Bye." And like, even so, I walk away, and he's just laughing at me. Like,
You should have gone back, opened the door again, like, oh, just by the way, school is not out yet, by the way. I just want to let you know. And then you close the door.
Exactly. And the third time was just
There's a third.
There's a third.
Yep.
The third time was me opening it, and Rich was like, "How does this keep happening to you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't look enough when I'm walking through parking lots. I'm more focused on holding groceries. I don't know."
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
not make more than one trip, Rich. You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. You help carry things. No, but those are my. I think that's probably the most embarrassing things that ever happened. Because the fact that it's happened 3 times, like you'd think I would have learned my freaking.
That's
lesson,
like
but-
more, that's
trifecta of
worse than the Doofenshmirtz. Like, yeah, it's happened twice. It's not that many times, but it's weird that it's happened twice, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Also, you're incredibly good at that voice, Ben. Wow. I'm
Yeah,
really
it's
shocked.
pretty good.
Have I ever shown you guys the Doofenshmirtz?
No.
Put it on
No.
TikTok.
never
Yeah, the guy's on there, Dan.
Yeah, tag Dan.
Yeah,
we
we
actually just
actually
got
met
dinner
him.
with him recently.
Recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
I do a lot of voices, but I never really post any videos. I think the Mickey Mouse voice is like the only voice that I've actually ever posted about. But yeah, I can do that one, and I can do the Doofenshmirtz one. But that's a weird one. You gotta be loud to do that one. I don't really want to be
Is that
loud
your favorite?
right now.
Do you guys have a favorite voice to do?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Mickey Mouse is my favorite.
Whenever I
for
drink
sure.
alcohol, I become the Queen of England, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
I'm like, you are welcome, peasant. Thank you. Like, that's the kind of like vibe I give off. It's like, thank
boy.
you very much.
The
Yes,
Clubhouse
very
doesn't
good.
really like the Queen of England so much right now.
I don't like Zoinks, man. I don't think I trust him.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys.
I've been told that I can do a good Mr. Meeseeks. I did a video the other day where
Okay.
I did like accents, and they were like, yeah, I don't know how it came out, but it was like me saying American, and I was like, wow, Rick, I don't even know.
good American.
Yeah, that's what it
I
was.
was like, you sound like Mr. Meeseeks, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Do you have any impressions that you could do? This is not a thing that we've talked about, but it's now that it is a thing that we're talking about.
So, I mean, I can. My favorite voice to do, and I don't actually know if it's good or not because I've never actually played back a thing where I do it. But I love doing when I do gameplay and I have to do a voice for like some just really exaggerated man. I always like doing the like, oh, hello there. Nice to meet you. Oh. Like that voice is always really fun to do. I do a really good Valley Girl voice. So I can
Valley
just, I
girl,
can just
let's hit
sit
the
there.
Valley girl.
Oh my God, are you sure? I can like all day. Oh my God. It's
Perfect.
really easy to just sit here and talk like this. I
Audrey, I'm so glad
actually
that's
thought
not
about
your
doing this
default
for an
voice.
entire day at work. I never did it, but I should have. It
I'm
would have
glad
been
you
freaking bitchin'.
It's
Audrey,
the
when do I feel
frickin' that
gross?
really emphasized it there. Oh my gosh.
man.
I also I don't know if I will do it on here, but I sort of can do like a Louis Armstrong like thing a little. It sounds terrible.
That one's a rough
Honestly.
one to just do on the spot,
yeah.
unless you're very confident in it.
Great.
Hang on. If I don't show myself, wait. I see trees. Red roses do.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I didn't practice,
Really-
so it's a little bad.
Okay, that was
Let's hear for
a little
it.
bad. That was perfect. Wonderful. Nailed it. First
Made
try.
me so happy. Oh my God.
My eyes water a little bit. Ow.
You know you full sent it.
She got possessed by the spirit of Louis Armstrong.
so
He's such an amazing singer. It's hard to imitate him.
So I feel like we have to ask this just because this is an interview and we have asked you no actual professional questions yet. But do you have any like things coming up? Any like projects? Any whatever?
I mean, yesterday I just taught my first round of a class with varsity tutors, and I'm going to be teaching another one at some point in the fall. I'm not sure the exact date yet, but
Okay.
you actually can find that interview, or not the interview, the class on YouTube, if you look up Varsity Tutors, I'm like one of their most recent videos.
Okay.
If anybody wants to watch the one I already did. But I also, I'm going to be going to VidCon. I'm not a featured creator there, but I'm going to be going as Ryan, as all you guys know. And I'll be staying there and hopefully meeting people if they want to come and meet me. I always tell people that if they catch me with my tablet, I'll draw something for them.
Oh, awesome. Come to VidCon, meet Audrey, pay her to draw you.
No,
pay me to her draw you.
Yeah.
But that's in October, right?
That's
sometime
in October,
yeah.
Okay.
Like
October,
day in October?
21st.
21st. Cool.
I could be wrong.
I also, there's the thing, I know it's in October, but I don't.
That's all I know. It's in October. I just want to make sure that I don't. I am booked in the Carolinas on the 20th, so
you could come for one of the days at least towards the ending.
I'm sure I could probably find a way to do it.
It's my buddy Mike's wedding. I just realized I should probably.
Yeah, you're Mr. Wedding Boy now.
Yeah, he's on the 16th. Dope. It's true. Yeah, I'm doing.
Ryan's been to more weddings than I have, and I'm Mormon. Like, that's a weird thing.
I think I'm gonna be standing in August in my 7th wedding, and in October in my 8th. Like standing in. Oh, I am.
I also feel like Ryan is everyone's like some sort of groomsman in some way.
You do feel like a best man, sort of like.
Yeah.
I got
27 dresses.
energy.
You live 27 dresses.
For real.
How many ties do you own? I want to know.
Well, at this point, like 8 or 9. Yeah, this next one. Oh man, I'm excited. I love standing in weddings. It's so much fun. I've only been best man once, but I have stood and I want to say 5 other weddings right now.
I would have totally invited you to mine if I had known you at that point, because it was right before. It was in 2019, so like it was when I was on TikTok. But
we were this close. Yeah.
Well, that kind of wraps up our interview, but there is one thing that I'd like to ask if you would want to do something like this. Is there some sort of like, I don't know, sketching, drawing. Is there a drawing competition you'd be willing to put yourself up against me, Dan?
Would
and
I be
Ryan?
willing? It's more, would you guys be okay with
being destroyed? Absolutely.
No. I dropped something. No. Yes. Would you guys? I like to do character drawings. As you guys know, I like to turn objects into characters. So I thought you guys might like to do pick an object on your guys' desks. I hope your desks are not pick an object that's around you, and turn it into a character in 5 minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes on the clock.
Do you guys
want to
things?
Kill at this.
Yeah. Let's show the things. I'm looking. Okay, this will work. I just have.
I ran into my mic.
I have a pen. Is that a jar of Tabasco?
You guys pick for me. Should I do the GoPro or the deodorant?
Ooh, the deodorant would be so fun because you make a really, really smelling good character.
Yes, okay, deodorant.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna use the Pilot G2.5. And
I've got a 4K capture card, I guess is what this is. So
yeah,
I haven't set it up yet, but I need to for another.
Dan's got some deodorant, and then Audrey has a mostly empty jar of Tabasco sauce.
Rich leaves it on his desk because he eats here a lot, so then it's just sitting here.
Whatever.
It's like, it's become an aesthetic.
We have our objects.
Piece.
So 5 minutes on the clock.
Also, I'm drawing on this.
What is that?
Paper towel, because I don't have the.
We don't have amazing art supplies like paper towel.
Yeah, man. I just have to use a notebook. Ugh.
However, I have a drawing tablet. Oh my god!
I have actual paper that I just keep around as an adult. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
5 minutes on the clock. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Begin. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I need to look at this.
I feel like we're just gonna do a loopy boy. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna give it a little
loopy boy.
I don't know. I didn't go to school for this. I don't know what they're called.
It's the technical term for loopy boy.
Yeah. Is it not called loopy boy in college? You're not.
I don't know. I think we called them silly meisters.
Silly meisters.
Silly mister. That could be either like silly meister, silly mister.
All that thinks is a Burgermeister Meisterburger from. I guess I'm already in a Christmassy mood. It's Christmas in July for me. I can't wait. I can't wait for Christmas. I love
Okay,
this.
we have this going on. We got
Is it-
that.
You are so metrosexual. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, I love.
Were you at Pier One Imports and Petaluma recently?
We're gonna do another one of these loopy boy here things. Well, okay. I have to look at this pen. He's got ridges.
I feel like
I don't.
Figure
Okay,
out.
here we go. Yes,
I like
I
to
know.
think about
yeah.
like the shape of the object as well as like what the object does when I come up with a character.
yeah.
Oh, now you tell me. I've already done 2 loopy boys. I can't erase
The
my
way that
loopy
your creative
boys.
process.
I just like
Assuming
the
I
people.
have one is so kind.
The people that are listening right now, I need you to know, we're not showing our drawings yet, so you're not missing out. You're just like
It's the
you're just
surprise at the
hearing
end.
us. You're just
Battle
hearing
with-
us.
battle
Yeah.
with the trauma of drawing our favorite.
Basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, maybe something like give
Uh,
it another loopy boy here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I am
absolutely.
so confused as to
As you
what
should
your
be.
drawing is going to look like.
Well,
I don't understand.
good. Yeah,
we
okay,
adding
2 more
colors?
loopy boys. If you have time, I'm not gonna have time. I am drawing way too many loopy boys to have time for that. I'm running out of paper too. I should have planned this
Let's
better.
do some glasses. Ooh, wow, Daniel, you are so good at drawing. Oh my
I
gosh.
was also adding glasses to mine since it's a glass container.
I thought about adding
Yeah.
glasses to mine.
Everybody draw some glasses on your object.
I wasn't gonna add glasses, but I guess
now
now
you
I
have
have
to.
to.
I decided against the glasses if it makes you feel better, Ben.
Well, no, now I want to.
I'm a non-believer.
Yeah, unbeliever.
Okay, we're
A
gonna
little
give
Charlie
him.
Unicorn reference there.
This is like kind of a SpongeBob nose.
You
a
got
little-
it pointed, huh?
Oh yeah, he's just real proud of himself there.
I'm actually not
Ooh.
horrifically disappointed with what I've done,
I'm very
Um,
upset at myself.
but I think I'm done because if I keep adding, I'm gonna have.
There's
It's
2
not-
minutes.
How many minutes
There's
has
2
it been?
minutes left. It's been 3 minutes.
chill. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minutes with Ryan. As the rest of them draw, I'll just sit here talking to you. Ben hates ASMR, and let's just
I
consider
do.
it this,
Please
just because
don't
I
do
know it'll
that.
frustrate him.
No,
Make sure you get those
no.
mouth noises in there.
This man,
Ugh. Hate.
hey, does not love it.
Okay, let's do a pose.
Strike a pose.
And strut, and pose,
Okay.
and strut, and strut, and pose. Mine's actually very face oriented. I have a feeling this feels very facey
Face
to me.
oriented?
Yeah, like it was very easy to change into a face.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, sure. I'll believe it when I see it.
Right?
Okay. Boom.
Oh,
Kind
crap.
of like his thumb there. Okay.
He's got swag because
Sure,
he's
sure,
the
sure, sure.
swagger
Yeah,
deodorant.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a good. Yeah, the swagger.
Swagger of a champion. It's the final countdown.
There is 45 seconds left, so yeah, there is kind of the final countdown here.
Unfortunately, my drawing is not colored very well.
Well, yeah, you still got us beat.
I'm using just pencils.
I have a pen and a pencil, and I'm just now going over all like the final details in the pen, just so those pop out a little bit more.
Yeah, see, it was easier for me because I was using a Sharpie on absorbent paper towel, and so really I don't have the fine details that everyone else has.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep 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 beep. That's what it sounds like. Okay, so this looks awful.
Oh, yeah, I think you should go
Oh
first.
my
then.
god, Ryan.
What?
Ryan!
What? You look like you've drawn.
Object.
You drew the object with eyes. That's all you
Because
did.
the latter part of it is his mouth, because this would open up to be his mouth, and that's it.
You look like you've drawn the brave little toaster.
That's what I'm saying. I'm living my best brave little toaster life.
That's
not- it's
literally all it is.
2021.
You even drew like the 4K. You wrote the words on his face. You're supposed to draw it as a person, not just the object, Ryan.
I thought that we were making the objects characters, like they were.
I should have specified person.
Oh, you guys drew people.
Dan, are you still drawing?
People?
Wait, can I see Dan? Hold on.
We did not understand. Oh my god!
See, Dan was confused like me.
I feel like Dan gets away with it because he added arms and legs.
It's better. It's just the deodorant. Wait, it looks like you have stank lines coming off the top. But like he's got
clearly
The
good
woman
smell.
in the background who's like angry, but she's like, I love how he smells.
Can you just in detail describe your own drawing for the people that are listening to this?
In detail, yeah, okay. I don't know if there's much detail to add, but I use Swagger deodorant by Old Spice. This is not an ad, by the way. And Swagger by Old Spice smells really great. So I was like, why not give Mr. Man some sunglasses? He's clearly pointing, as cool guys do, you know,
Cool,
giving the
sure.
finger guns, and he smells great. And I wanted to illustrate that because as we know, if you put on deodorant as a man, suddenly you become more attractive. Which should just
Especially
be like
if
a
it's just
general
mountains
rule.
of Axe deodorant.
People had to make
Absolutely,
smelling
yeah.
good sexy for men to actually do it, which is weird. So,
Personal hygiene, yeah.
Look,
yes.
man, we're not
Dan,
all.
are you adding things to yours? What are you doing right now?
What are you doing then?
Okay, so the lines aren't dark enough. They won't be seen. So I'm just going over the lines with the pen,
All right.
so you can see them.
Okay.
I'm not a cheater. I'm
Yeah, it
not.
feels like you're a cheater.
I'm not
Mr.
a.
High and Mighty thinking he's cheating after drawing a real person, but just because I brave little toastered my heart out. Which, for the record, for those that don't,
Let me change it into a man. Let me change
I
it into
took
a man.
an AverMedia 4K pass-through capture card, and I just gave
Drawing
it
Audrey
eyes.
was how
I
you
mean,
did
it was-
great.
Thank you. I'm actually not as disappointed with this as I could have been, and
That
so
needs
I'm
to hang
like,
up in your room.
it probably will, to be completely honest. It's just it'll just be entitled like Adventures with Audrey.
Well, that was adorable.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna-
My lines are darker now. He doesn't really have a face much. I didn't really get to that. 5 minutes is quick when you're under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my object was the Pilot G2 just black pen here. And so I drew a man, just a very tall, skinny man, but he's kind of
Slender
cool.
Man.
Yeah, he's
Did you
got
draw
he's
a
pointing.
Wow.
Is that
so
Swagger
yeah, we'll
Soul?
start. I don't know, man. It was quick, and he's got like a suit on, but it's a very thin, like pencil suit. He's got the skinny tie in there, a very pointed chin, a pointed nose. He had sunglasses on. I just didn't finish them.
Oh, it
And then
looks like a
also like a
medieval
very
helmet.
tall, skinny top hat, and he's like pointing, like, haha, yeah, you know me.
Is the chin to represent the pilot's curved
Yeah,
little...
the point.
What is this thing called? Yeah, the little
It's just
point
it's
thing.
the point. It's because it's a very
That's the way
fine
to
point
do it.
pen. And
Fine
then he's
point
also
pen.
very cool. Like it just feels nice. You know, he's
Yeah, he
nice to be
feels
around.
cool. He
So
looks
he's got
real
just
cool.
one thumb in the pocket there. I feel like that is
Yeah.
an important
He looks
personality
so
trait
cool.
that he
doesn't
has.
have even student buttons. Like
Well,
that's
I love
if
that.
you look real close, they're just in pencil.
Oh,
They're in
they're-
pencil. I didn't get time to darken those in, but yeah.
That's why you do it in Sharpie, baby. That's what I'm
Okay,
talking about.
right. Well, some of us aren't as talented as you are with a Sharpie and paper towel.
Yeah, well,
I would love
Okay,
to see you show up
now-
a figure drawing for us.
now
Audrey?
let's
the
see
actual
the ringer.
I have the object one more time so you can see the
Okay.
colors.
The mostly
Yeah,
empty jar of
colors.
Tabasco.
You
You
used
added colors?
Oh.
She had the drawing tablet.
I have the tablet.
It wasn't
yeah.
fair.
Alright.
Yes. Let's see. Let us reveal.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Tabasco. She's sassy. She's got the little hat on. She's like, since it was almost empty, I put most of the liquid down by her feet. I was gonna, if I had time, I would have put like logo colors into her skirt, but I didn't. I would have put like
Yeah.
a design in her skirt that would have been
So-
like a spicy sort of design.
For those of
Wow.
you just listening to the podcast, we're gonna get that picture and we're gonna post it on our social medias. So after you finish listening, make sure you bring up our Instagram and you can see, because it's very
Fair
well
warning,
done.
I did cheat a little bit. I used a drawing of mine that I've done before as a reference, so I used the same shape of character. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we
Wow.
all used a shape. I mean, I used
Okay.
a shape, but it
Yeah.
didn't have.
You
Oh,
drew
I
the
mean-
brave little toaster in Sharpie on a paper towel.
I think Ryan honestly wins.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
just for the use of the paper
No,
towel.
hold on. I'm gonna
Wow.
draw something real quick, and you need
Audrey's
to
ready. So if she can defend me from Ben,
I'm gonna
that's
do this real
I
quick.
am also. I'm taking a picture of mine and sending it over to.
He did a
to you, Ben, or
3D
something
drawing of
put
the
up.
object too. He didn't
Okay.
just like do a 2D.
Thank you.
3D
Okay,
drawing.
hold on. I'm gonna get you
Dimensions of
something. This is
Man, come on.
okay. You guys ready for this?
Ready? I'm so ready. Dun, dun,
Okay.
dun, dun,
Okay,
dun,
we're
dun,
just
dun.
drawing with something real quick.
Okay,
something
hold on,
real fast.
hold on real quick. The second computer that I use to record Audrey just turned off.
Is that getting all of our audio right now?
No, I'm recording
no.
the audio.
Okay.
I'm
thank
recording the
goodness.
audio
Just
here.
be quiet until-
Okay. This gives me time.
That's what Dan needed.
The anxiety.
We might be recording it. I don't know. It says there's desktop audio, but I'll have to ask Rich.
That's Old Spice.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's funny. And
Dude.
Artie.
That's what I should have done. Anyway.
Sorry for the technical difficulties there. Things happen, and sometimes I can't control them. Yay! Anyway, that really wraps up our segment interviewing with Audrey. So, Audrey, we just want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast and drawing all that one thing that you did and sharing the very embarrassing stories about you and your husband. Those were very fun for me. If people wanted to find you outside of this podcast, where can they go to find you?
I mean, I'm Oddity Draws on TikTok. I'm Oddity on YouTube and Instagram, and that's spelled Audity. And on Twitch, I'm Oddity Draws on Twitch. So yeah.
Awesome. We'll link all your stuff in the description of this episode. With that being said, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Do we stop recording now? Make that a second.
No, just keep it
No,
going.
then
I'll
just-
find it.
yeah.
I'll find the spot.
Shvait.
And then we're gonna. Okay, we just lost the drawing competition handily, and we said goodbye to Audrey.
I don't
Audrey's
know.
gone, and
Brave little toastered the hell out of it.
oh man, well that was awesome. We love having
I
guests
love
on,
it.
especially when they absolutely destroy us in competitions. Wonderful.
She brings me.
I know your brave little toaster put up a good fight, Ryan.
I
but
think it did. You know, if I'd known what I was doing, I might have done worse. So I'm glad I didn't. To be honest, like that's
fair enough. Man.
yeah.
But that just brings us to our final segment on the podcast. Audience submission.
That's a new intro for that.
I don't remember what we do.
I love it though.
I'll kick us off here.
Yeah, do it.
With Jala S says, hello all, love the podcast. It is frankly the only podcast I've made it through and kept up with regularly, but I feel a deep need to inform Ben that Florida is not part of the South. Geographically speaking, yes. In every other sense, no. Florida is its own thing. I have lived in the South my entire life and never met anyone who considers Florida part of the South. We all respect and enjoy it as the land of chaos it is. In fairness, I have never lived in Florida, and even my few friends from Florida agreed it is not part of the South. So sorry, but this has been on my mind for weeks. I don't know why
Thank you.
you're telling me this.
Thank you.
Did I say, that it was? Because Florida is just Florida. South Florida is Cuba. Most of Florida is just Florida. And then the panhandle is lower Alabama.
I love that description. I want that on a map. That's what kids to learn.
Those maps exist. They're out there, Jerry. And they're loving every minute of it.
I like that they felt the need to address you, though, and just remind
I'm a
you.
Misi
Yeah, I
Let
don't
you
know.
Let you know
Yeah.
that you're not a part of it all.
No.
Just so you know.
We also
For some reason.
we got another one from Sierra T, which makes me think that she's Mrs. T. He pities the fool, but differently. Hi guys, love the podcast. I re-listen to
Okay.
episodes when I need to laugh or need to de-stress. Thank you for doing that. My question is, what stories or legends do you know about your family or ancestors? My maternal great-great-grandmother was abandoned in a hog pen at 5 years old in 1889. It was found by a man walking by who took her home to his family and adopted her. Supposedly her mother was a prostitute. Can't confirm this. And I love how you said can't confirm this, like she was gonna sue for libel or slander, and it's like 1889. Like if she's still
not
around,
allowed
she's
to.
a miracle. And he left her in a hog pen as a way of child infanticide, which is not uncommon back then. Child starves in the pig pens, disposed of the body. Sorry, that got dark. She lived a good life with her adopted family without the man, with the man that found her. I wouldn't be here. So, love the pod. Keep your heads up. Yeah.
Cool.
Heads up. I do have. My family's been pretty chaotic. I mean, my family's been as chaotic as my life has been. I had someone who came over on the Mayflower because they were kicked out of England because they tried to take over Barbados, and then the governor was going to have them executed, but the people were like, he didn't mean it, and so they didn't execute him. Then they sent him back to England, and then they sent him on the Mayflower because they were like, get rid of him. And he's one of the reasons why the Mayflower Compact exists, because he wasn't all about this religion thing. He was just about getting kicked out of England. And so they were like, we need something that other people will abide by that's not just religious piety. So they were like, boom, the Mayflower Compact, yeah. So that was the thing. I had an uncle named Crazy Uncle Willis who at one point parked his car. He was watching like fireworks. He parked it on train tracks and it sheared off the back half of his new car. He did a whole...
He didn't hear the friggin' train coming?
No, he wasn't a particularly smart guy. I think at one point was like... He got taken out by a, like knocked down by like a bull. At one point he was just hanging out in a bullpen and then just thunk. And he died at 89 years old because he fell out of a tree because he was apple picking. He was 89, guys, and he was apple picking. Yeah.
Good for him.
Wow.
But I'm also weirdly enough related to a guy named Stephen Collins Foster who wrote like Way Down Upon the Swanee River. Like he was big in the 1800s because he had 3 songs, and that there were 8 songs out, so 3 was big for that. So yeah.
I'm apparently related to Princess Diana, distantly.
Shut up.
Which is why I am such a kind and wonderful, just great person in general. My genetics are just great. As I think
that
about
tracks.
it.
Okay.
Don't divorce royalty.
Yeah, get it? Diana Spencer? Apparently it's a distant relative.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
Diana
I am not even related to my dad, so... But I do have a story from the guy who raised me, who I call Dad. He has a cool like ancestry story. If you go like, it's like great grandfather.
Can I time out real quick? He's not related to his dad either, though. So like,
Correct.
Okay, so then he's not related to this person.
Well, no. He is. So this was like
Okay.
after he found out like that he traced this back.
Okay, cool.
So-
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So great grandfather of my dad that I'm not related to. I might be getting some parts of these stories wrong, but I believe his name was Red Eagle. He was mostly Scottish, but like married into a Native American tribe and then just became their chief.
Oh, wow.
And it was around the same time that Andrew Jackson was president, and Jackson was rounding up all the friggin' Native Americans, murdering them. And since Red Eagle was white passing, he was a very Scottish-looking man, he basically just walked up to Andrew Jackson and was like, hey, man, let all these Native Americans go and just take me instead. And Jackson was like, sure. You're their leader and stuff. Yeah, it'll be easy to do that. And then just agreed to it. Let all the I believe it was Creek, the Creeks go, and then took Red Eagle. And then like later that night, or like a few days later, he just escaped from prison and then rejoined up with the Creek Indians, and then like disappeared. Yeah, he just
did his thing.
got away.
Did his thing.
But yeah, there's a book about it that my dad read, and that's what all the stuff that he told me is like, this is our ancestor, and this is what he did. And I was like, okay, neat, good for him.
That's so dope. I'm looking at
ancestry.
Yeah.
It's fun. Dana W says, in y'all's opinion, which actor did the best job of playing the Joker? I know it's an opinion question, but Heath Ledger is the correct answer. No one can change my mind. Wow, that's a hot take.
No, it's not.
Of course it's not, but that's the thing is, I think it just depends on, for me, it depends on what you're looking for in a Joker, right? I think that there are iterations of the Joker in the comics that are very different, right? He's always crazy, he's always different, but that's kind of the purpose of doing the Joker in different ways. We still haven't quite seen, I mean, maybe Jack Nicholson is probably the closest we've had to like a more comic-y looking
A
Joker.
gangster version? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. where it's like more of the gangster vibe. Heath Ledger's kind of one took it to the extremes, as did Joaquin Phoenix's. We won't talk about the Suicide Squad version by.
Well, and you can't forget Mark Hamill's like voice Joker.
I was about to say Mark Hamill's voice
rushes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
the
that's
king of the
my,
evil laugh.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
he's so
he's
good.
He's just fantastic in general at voice acting. So anytime he's
so I think I would go Mark Hamill as my number one, but only because he did like the voice acting was just superb on it. Heath Ledger's my number two, I think, but just in different categories, honestly. Like, I can't, like, rank them. Heath Ledger was the best, like, live-action Joker, and then Mark Hamill was the best
I'll say this, though.
animated.
I'd want to see more, like, if I get to pick between seeing more of one of them, it would have been Heath Ledger's Joker.
Well, that one's more interesting to watch, that character.
And so I don't know. I think he was I think he was really well written, really well executed.
Apparently the new Titans series that's releasing on HBO Max is doing a Joker. So I'm interested to see how that goes too. But yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, Dana.
All right, this next question brought to us by Kelly. Hey guys, just finished listening to the Serial Killer podcast, and now I hope I never meet a Carl. Good on you. Here's my question. Have you ever read a comment, good or bad, on one of your videos and decided to check out the commenter's content? I confess I have done this. Have a great day. I have not. I've not ever looked at anyone's content, but sometimes I'll see a comment and I'll go look at like their bio to see what's going on.
Just the profile.
One of them I had, it was some guy left like a troll comment on my video, and I responded to it, and then like the second comment was also like another troll comment, so I clicked on their thing and their bio said troll, and I was like, oh, free reign to absolutely destroy this person. And so I did, and he completely deleted his account after what I said to him.
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
I used to do this more with my old meme account, my Mormon meme account. I wouldn't go and look at their content, but I'd definitely go and look at their profiles and be like, okay, cool, whatever. The haters will hate.
Haters they shall.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I look at profiles, but honestly, very rarely. I just don't read comments as much. I don't
I don't really get a lot of hate comments as well. I don't know.
Well, she said good or bad.
Oh, good or bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so.
Nah, not worth the time. Anna W. Hi, everyone. I have a question for Ryan. Have you been to Winston Churchill Museum, America's National Churchill Museum? That's always funny to me. America's Churchill Museum. In Fulton, Missouri. I have not, but I want to go for the pure reason that Fulton, Missouri is where Winston Churchill gave his Iron Curtain speech, which was defining for like the Cold War. So I think that's very fascinating. Which is also weird that he gave it in Missouri. You know what I mean? But it was one of the most influential speeches of
That's
the entire
where the
Cold War.
Cold War was most affecting people.
Yeah,
It was Missouri.
Fulton, Missouri.
Yes. Remember when Fulton, Missouri had that you
was
know
a hotbed of. We've got an interesting base there. That's like not in Fulton, but around in Missouri. That's like very underground, and I don't know. It's kind of strange. Missouri's got some because we got a lot of space that doesn't have a lot of people, which is great for secrety things. Any who's or what's it? I don't want to get shot. Hey, Dan, what's our next question?
Holly W says, hey, thanks for answering my question about what horror movie villain you would be, because the artist now knows what to draw for Halloween. Ooh. Also, yes, my name is actually Hollywood. Blame my dad. Anyway, I have a question for everyone. What is your favorite Vine?
Ryan, because I get it yelled at me all the time.
Damn, Daniel. Damn. No, that's not the other one, but that was, yeah.
I was never on Vine.
I also never had it downloaded either. I
The only reason I know any is because people say them to me, and then I look at them confusedly, and they go, "What? You didn't watch Vine?" And I was like, "No, I'm sorry."
No.
I say look at all those chickens a lot.
Yes. I used to be very big into like Vine compilations. I don't know. I feel like some of my favorite ones usually involve like, I don't know, Danny Gonzalez and all those guys that are now like YouTube reactors.
I don't know them.
Haha, it's me, Skinny Penis. No, Miller.
Nothing. I don't know.
There's a few
Sorry.
people.
I'm the least pop culture aware pop culture icon.
Nice. Anyway, that's the question. Yay. Fine.
Claire M says, "Hi Ben, I'm from West Palm Beach and I'm listening through old episodes. Love the bakery story. Never been, but I'm gonna. And I love the relatable Florida stories. You are the definition of a Florida man. And I love it. And I wanted to ask, is it okay if I do fan art of the podcast and send it to you?"
Ooh, we
Yeah.
would love that.
1,000%,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Brings me such joy.
Send us your fan art. You
Send us
are
all
free
the
reign.
fan art.
Do whatever you want to us.
What? No,
Have your way.
Any who's or what's. It's hey Ryan, Dan, and Ben. I love your podcast. It relates so much to your stories. Being an RM, ask Dan. Dan, an RM.
Return missionary.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Regional
by
manager.
having
got it.
severe ADHD and living on a military base in Japan for 17 years, I got a deep love for Japan, especially the mythology. So my question is, what's y'all's favorite mythological entity? Mine is the Japanese god of thunder and lightning, Reihin.
Ooh.
Just any mythological entity?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Mothman.
Mothman is fantastic.
Mothman. Absolutely.
I do like Loch Ness, the Loch Ness monster.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you
Nessie.
know that Nessie has like a quote unquote twin in Lake Champlain, Maine, or not
Yes.
Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire? New
So,
Hampshire.
Yeah.
It's New Hampshire.
I found that out and I was like, what?
Yeah, they call him Champ. And some people believe that there's actually just a portal underneath Lake Champlain that connects it to Loch Ness, and it's actually the same creature that like goes back and forth between the two.
What?
Yeah.
I'm ready. I love Loch Ness monsters.
I actually don't have one off the top of my head. Like, I go with like a classic one, but honestly, I just pulled up like things like that. Whoa. And there is some cool, weird ones out there. Adarna has healing
Yes.
powers, but put people to sleep and turn people into stone. Are those the last two the same thing? That's the forever box.
Is that
Like,
how the healing powers work?
Yeah. Harpies are interesting. Griffins. I just have friends named Griffin. Yeah, I don't really know off the top of my head. Yeah. I probably like some like Greek mythology. Like the fact that like Hades wasn't necessarily like a bad person. It's just the way that we perceive death now, and it's just kind of a fascinating thing that like, if I'm correct, Hades loves Persephone, and is like deep,
Yes.
and there's like deep love there, and it's one of those things that people like don't say. It's just it's nice conflict of character, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love it. Thanks for the question. Also, yeah, RMs. Snippet J says, "Hey guys, big fan of the podcast, so thank you for bringing a smile to my face. My question for you is, what was your best or worst vacation you've ever had?"
I've not really gone on very many vacations in my life.
Same.
So-
I mean, I've been on a few actually, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it can be like considered a vacation because it was like our dad just took us on work trips with us, just so that we could go
Yeah.
to like South Africa and go and eat McDonald's. Like that was like the closest to like some of the stuff, and then there's like defined vacations where it's like you're in a hotel resting. I haven't had a lot of those. Yeah.
I went to the Bahamas in high school. My friend's dad, for like a high school graduation present, decided to get him like a trip to the Bahamas for him and 3 of his friends. So me and like 3 of my best friends from high school all went to the Bahamas for like 3 days right before we graduated high school. And that trip was fun. They had like a pizza bar that was open 24/7. They had like
That's a good start.
competitions on the ship. They had like sports competitions on the ship. So you could get like a team, like a 6v6 soccer tournament. They had like a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. They had a ping pong tournament. I have gold
wow.
medals for them somewhere.
Of course you do.
In here.
Of
I
course you do.
already put it together.
Yeah.
Not even
We were
shocked.
like, of course, and he won. Yes.
And he won all of them.
The only one I know I kept was the ping pong one, and I only kept it because I was in the championship against one of my other friends. And he was winning until the boat started moving. And it was like my back was to the front of the boat, so my serves were just going 80 miles an hour.
Wow.
And so, they were playing to where, like, if I didn't lose serve, I just kept it. So It was just like 15 points in a row of the ball just going 80 miles an hour with the speed of the boat. And it's just a joke at this point, so I have it. But yeah, I think that's really the only one. We got back, the boat docked in Florida, and we had to drive up to Daytona Beach that day because we all had to go to like award ceremony that evening.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild.
I
don't know if I've ever had like bad. I don't know if I've ever. I'm trying to. The only reason why is because I want to think of maybe like a worst thing. I don't know if I've had a vacation that's bad, but I've had bad experiences on vacations. Right. Like the whole broad spectrum thing isn't that. Like I'd probably put up as like one of the worst experiences was we were on a beach in Durban, South Africa, and Ballito Bay, and there was a whole bunch of rocks, and my dad and 3 sisters all got trapped in the rocks. Well, my 3 sisters got caught in the rocks. My dad had to swim out and try and go save them. And we just watched them just like keep getting like washed up and dragged back in and washed up and dragged back in. It was like the wildest, it was like the craziest time of my life. Yeah. And I was like 9. So it was like a very different type of like vacation experience. And then we went to the mall the next day and had a great time. So I don't consider that vacation bad.
Oh my gosh! And then we love malls. Oh my gosh!
So yeah, I'd say that's.
Do you count field training exercises with the military as vacation? Because I have a few that could go for worst on there.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Those don't sound like vacations. Like they sound bad.
We called them summer camp.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to camp. Like that.
That's why I am camp.
Right. When I went to Europe, that was really wonderful. Yeah, we saw some really cool things, and it was beautiful. And like Poland was surprisingly wonderful, and like we drove through Europe, and then like Italy was wonderful, and just like beautiful areas. Yeah.
Very pristine.
Yeah.
What's the best European country? Right.
Best like
Name it right now.
Best hotels that I stayed
just
in
the
was
best.
in.
No, just the best. Best European country.
Actually,
Go.
I don't know. I really don't know. Best hotels we
Show
stayed in was
your fans
definitely
what you truly
Italy.
mean.
I loved Poland though. Poland was just beautiful. And just really nice. Germany was cool. It's very modern. And then England, I just like it because I understand the language and I love pub food. So I'm like, yeah, let's get pub drinks and food and have a good time. It was just great.
I hate
The drunker you get, the more German you speak.
And not just beer. Pub drinks!
Pub drinks! I just want to be with
Well, that is it. That is all the questions that we have. That's the entire podcast. So thank you so much for tuning in this week. You're laughing. I don't know what I've said.
Nothing. You didn't say anything
You're
wrong.
just looking.
I've just been like, to be honest with you, the energy of this has been great. I think it's just funny. It's funny.
Well, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of The Good, The Dan, The Florida Man. If you want to find us outside of the podcast, Ryan, where can they go?
YouthPastorRyan.com. Boom.
Dan?
Boom. Dan Babam on all social media except for Snapchat, which is at Dan underscore
YOLO. Yeah,
Ben.
and you can find me at benbrainard.com. It's spelled Brain A-R-D. If you can't figure that out, try using yours. You can find the podcast and all our links at gdfmpodcast.com, and you can contact the podcast by emailing podcast@gdfmpodcast.com. We hope you have enjoyed your stay, and we look forward to seeing you fly with us again next week. Bye!
Bye!